Have you ever come across an article that just asks all these questions that you really do have answers for, and they're not the answers that the author is expecting to hear? That's the one we found today. Hello, and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel, where the party is just getting started. Current events looked at through a skeptical eye using science, history, and sometimes humor to explore the events of the day. Let's get down to business. Chicago Sun-Times, the hardest working paper in America. How does a paper work hard? How? Prepare the public for impeachment and get on with it. Let's prepare the public for the questions that Mr. Phil Cadner has and see if we can answer them in a way that is honest, respectful, and more guiding towards the truth than Mr. Cadner would prefer. No one can trust the outcome of the presidential election. It's a heck of a declaration. Now is the time for impeachment. If you just mull the idea of no one can trust the outcome of the next presidential election, you'll already be prepared for the fact that this is not a rational person's thinking who writes this article. Because that's not a rational statement, that no one can trust the outcome of the next presidential election. If that were the case, then we're done. America's over. That's what that means. If no one can trust the outcome of the next presidential election, then this author has said, America's over. We're finished. We're just pretending now. We're in a fantasy land. That is what that statement means. Many Democrat Party leaders continue to say they would prefer to wait for the next election to let the voters oust presidential Donald Trump in 2020. That's kind of ambitious, isn't it? Considering we have the best economy in recorded American history. Okay, if you think we're going to just throw that away because of Mueller saying there's no obstruction, and he did. He said he can't, there's nothing there to convict him with. That means it's not there. That's what it means when a prosecutor says, we got nothing to convict you. Have a lovely day, and that there was no collusion. Why would anyone believe that Trump would allow himself to be fired by American voters? Because it's America? What evidence is there over the past 3 years or the course of his professional career that suggests he would play by the rules? Well, let's see. He hasn't fired anybody except Comey, who way had it coming and both sides agreed. He has not so far used, well, let me put it this way, he never used in the Mueller investigation the executive privilege at all. So what evidence is there that he breaks the rules is a better question, because you really don't have any. He's followed the rules, and he's been more transparent than any president before him, and that kind of drives the left crazy too. And to be honest, it drives the right crazy too. It's a lot of crazy people out there now. Why would anyone who has read the Mueller report or Trump's tweets or listened to the president's former personal lawyer and co-worker, oh, by the way, former personal lawyer who's in jail for lying a lot, or co-workers, believe that he would voluntarily step aside following an election to face possible criminal prosecution or federal or state courts? Because he's followed the law completely up till now. That's why. Simple answer. That you don't want to see it is kind of... And more importantly, that you're ignoring Mueller's report that came back and said, we got nothing. Sorry, we got nothing. I go, oh, no. He's got lots of somethings. Yes, but he said, I can't do anything with it because it's not really a something. It's an aspirational something. How can anyone state without misgivings that Trump would not subvert the election process to protect his son, daughter, and his son-in-law? Because he had that opportunity and he has already denied it. Like I said, the opening line of this article proved this guy's not in his right head. Democrats, like much of America, seem to minimize the impact of the Russian interference in the U.S. presidential election in 2016. So you're saying Mueller's is a Democrat because Mueller's the one that came out and said no vote has ever been changed by the Russian hacking, the Russian interference, the Russian messing with the press. So you're saying Mueller's a Democrat now. I thought we were told over and over and over and over he's a Republican. But Mueller's the one that said each time that not a single vote was changed by them. But the evidence is abundant that it was substantial effort and that the Russians are poised again to interfere in the 2020 U.S. election campaign. It's true that the evidence is abundant, that it was substantial, and it was a substantial effort. Just like it's a substantial effort for Obama to try and get rid of Netanyahu in his, not the election we just had, obviously, but the prior election. And just like we're trying to get rid of Assad. Oh, excuse me, no, that was Obama too. Obama tried to get rid of Assad. Yes, there's lots of evidence of that. But the bigger point here isn't that America's constantly trying to influence other countries' elections, and now we're hypocritically freaking out. Well, some of us are hypocritically freaking out. Some of us are like, what are you talking about? However, the issue here is that the biggest influence was with the press. The press is the one who gobbled this up and turned it into the 2-year monster. And it's not just that they turned it into the 2-year monster. It's over, and they still are going, which is kind of hilarious. It's like all the rides are turned off at the fair, and you're still standing there with your ticket going, but I want to ride. I want to ride another ride. No, it's over. Go home. Do you not see all the lights turned out? Go home. It's over. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Okay, spoiled, rotten little child. Having seen the impact of Russia's espionage effort with the press, China and North Korea are likely to engage in similar tactics with the press. Trump, while declaring there is national emergency on the southern border, has done almost nothing to focus this country's attention on foreign interference in our elections. That's true, except I would suggest this. Maybe if you had a little more faith in the American voter, it wouldn't be an issue. But you don't, because you've already said in your first comment that we're done. America's over. This is no longer America. Whatever we are, we're not America anymore because there's no reason, no person, nobody should have confidence in the next election. So you've already surrendered. So why don't you just move to Canada like you guys promised you were going to do? That's right, they don't want you. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I just had a Justin Bieber flash through my head when I said they don't want you. Yet everyone in our intelligence agency has indicated... Everyone? Everyone? That might be hyperbole. Yet everyone in our intelligence agency has indicated that these attacks on our election system are an imminent threat. I don't think you know what the word imminent means, because you're complaining that they did it in 2016, and now you're saying, I don't think you know what the word imminent means. I really don't think you do. All right, I'm going to stop. There's not that much left. There's really not that much left. But you get the idea. This guy is totally a whack job. He doesn't know what he's talking about, and yet he's still paid to work for by the hardest working paper. How does a paper work? How? How does a paper work? I remember in science, the definition of work is to create movement. How does a paper work? Let's look at the conclusion. Take this man at his word. And he's referring to Trump. He has no respect for tradition. He has no respect for tradition. Make America great again. No respect for tradition. Make America great again. I don't think this guy knows how to speak English very well. Maybe he shouldn't move to just generic Canada. Maybe he should move to Quebec, because they don't speak English there necessarily either. Oh, I know you Quebecans are like, yes, we do, we just speak French also. He does not believe in the United States. He does not believe in the United States. Make America great again. He would invent a crisis to win re-election. Oh yeah, that's never been done before. That's never been done before. That would be totally unique. Waiting for 2020 election is dangerous. It might even prove fatal. Well, maybe if this fellow is suicidal, it might prove fatal. But considering you've already said the country's dead in your opening line, we're not speaking about America anymore. This guy's a whack job. This guy is a paid writer for the Chicago Sun-Times. You have been warned, and not about Trump, but about the people that are writing columns. Just amazing these people can get jobs. Amazing. That just goes to show you how exuberant the Trump economy is, that a person that far disconnected from reality can actually get a job. God bless America. We hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, feel free to like, subscribe, come on back anytime. You're always welcome here as part of the family, and we'll see you in the future.